All right, welcome to the very first episode of Women's Strength and Bodybuilding. This channel is designed to highlight the incredibly talented and beautiful women who compete. I don't know if you've tried keeping up with women's bodybuilding, but it can be a challenge. There's a lot of different information on a lot of different platforms. The purpose of this channel is to bring you bodybuilding news and results on a single platform, similar to Nick's Strength and Power, but for the women's divisions. If you're familiar with Nick's Strength and Power, his channel mainly focuses on bodybuilding, but also includes updates in the classic physique and 212 categories. He occasionally covers men's physique and wheelchair divisions, but not often. I bring this up because there are 5 women's divisions and it'd be impossible to cover them all. I'm similar to Nick in that my interests are in overall size and conditioning of the athletes. So I'll be covering women's bodybuilding for the most part, but also covering physique and figure as well. Not to say that bikini and fitness are out of the question, but I'm drawn to mass and symmetry. Now that we have that out of the way, I'd like to get into results from this year's Miss Olympia. I don't think it's any surprise that Andrea Shaw came in first place, winning $50,000 in prize money. She looked incredible, very complete. She brought the beauty of a young Linda Murray mixed with the size and separation of Iris Kyle during her Olympia reign. She had very wide shoulders with great separation and vascularity. But what puts her over the top, in my opinion, is her tapered waist. She brought a very small waist, and it really accentuated the size and feathering in her shoulders and legs. She also controlled her midsection very well. And not to mention, her hair, makeup, and bathing suit were all on point. She was the clear winner by far, and the pictures pretty much speak for themselves. She has now won the Miss Olympia 3 times in a row. I remember when she first came on the scene, I saw a few videos of her flexing and hitting the most muscular pose. It was pretty jaw-dropping to see a woman of her size in this new modern era of women's bodybuilding, and I'm so glad she stuck with it. Congrats, Andrea, a well-deserved first place finish. In second place, we had Angela Yao, winning $20,000 in prize money. Angela was very dialed in. She brought great conditioning, as you can see in her back double bicep pose. Her back muscles were extremely striated and separated, and it flowed nicely down to her impressive calf development. She definitely brought a lot of size, but it didn't always come through in some of her poses. I would have liked to see more thickness and separation in the back in her rear lat spread pose. Her abs looked extremely shredded and flat in some poses, but a little bit puffed up in other poses. If she focused on controlling her midsection and adding more mass in the lat spread, she could be a real contender. Overall, a well-deserved second place finish for Angela. In third place was Helly Trevino. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And she won $12,000 in prize money. Helly brought great size and separation on top of a larger frame. Her shoulder separation and tricep development were really impressive here. She also brought a beautiful smile and genuinely looked like she was having fun on stage. It seemed like she was holding a bit more water weight than the top 2 contenders, especially around the abs and midsection. Also, during her side chest pose, I would have liked to see more size and separation from her delts into the biceps. But overall, still looked great and a well-deserved third place finish. In fourth place was Margie Martin, winning $7,000 in prize money. What impressed me most about Margie's physique was her quads. From the front, they looked very separated, dry, and vascular. She had nice wide shoulders in her lat spread pose and a good V taper. I would have liked to see more development in the midsection and glutes. I believe this is her final Olympia. She's 5'5" and about 175 pounds, so a very big lady. At 43 years young, coming in 4th best in the world is a heck of a way to end her career. Congrats, Margie. Finishing in 5th place was Branka Nejovic, winning $6,000 in prize money. Branka looked extremely dry and impressive here. She definitely added some size and some detail from her prior competitions this year. Her most impressive features were her legs and glutes. Her legs really flowed nicely into her midsection. You can see full definition and feathering in the glutes in this really nice back double crucifix style pose. She definitely came in very hard and lean. I would have liked to see more definition between the biceps and triceps in the side chest pose. But overall, a very strong finish for Branka. And there's your top 5. In case you were curious, there is no prize money for anyone outside of the top 5. If you asked me, the prize money should be a little bit more, but at least it's on par with men's physique. This wasn't always the case. Now, I do have a couple honorable mentions. The first one is Michaela Aycock finishing in 6th place. I've followed Michaela on Instagram for a while, and it's clear that she puts her entire heart and soul into her training. She is always in the gym. and she's always lifting heavy. I think she genuinely listens to feedback and tries harder than most do to improve. To see her end up just outside of the top 5 was pretty heartbreaking. She's a very pretty girl and has the look, but I think her smaller structure makes it hard to develop fuller and rounder muscles when compared to the bigger and taller competitors. I hope she's able to stay healthy and improve, and I'd love to see her in the top 5 next year. Second honorable mention is Teresa Ivanchek in 7th place. This was another tough one. Teresa brought such a spectacular package earlier this year. I mean, look at this photo. It's one of my all-time favorite women's bodybuilding shots. She was in phenomenal shape. She's been known for her size for quite some time. She's also really pretty, which matters a great deal. Not only are these women bodybuilders, they're also beauticians. So she's got a great look, but unfortunately wasn't able to dial in her conditioning as much as her prior shows. I hope she sticks with it because if she added more size and detail, she could be a real threat to the top 5. And that's it for the Olympia recap. I'm excited to bring you guys more women's bodybuilding content. So please like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more great upcoming content.